Hello and welcome back to another weekly comic book discussion video. It's me, your host, Spence Dog, and welcome back to the Spence Dogs Lounge. Alrighty, light week this past week, but I read some interesting titles. I'm going to start off with stuff from DC first, and that is going to be Green Arrow number 9, and this was the second to last part of the Island of Scars story arc. I enjoyed it. Once again, the art alone is making this title really good. Stephen Byrne's art in this issue was really awesome. Also, from this issue, we find out that the ninth circle is still active and being a criminal enterprise in the DC world. And at this point, I can clearly say this does have a pre-Flashpoint Green Arrow feel to it, which I'm enjoying a lot. Also, throughout this issue, we sort of get this dilemma that occurs. So, Dinah and Ollie are on this island, and they run into this old Native American guy, and he wants their help. But once he gives Dinah and Ollie give them this guy's help, he wants them to leave. He's saying, once you leave, I want you foreigners off my land. Get away. Stop helping us. You caused this misery in the first place. So, and he also brings up this notion that, white men come, you steal our natural resources and our land, and you make us basically the slaves off the land. This is some pretty powerful stuff right here. This is like straight up the issue of colonialism back in the day, when like the scramble for Africa and how the Americans treated the Native Americans when they started expanding west. So pretty interesting political undertones in this issue so far. But also I'm really enjoying the dynamic and the dynamicism between Dinah and Ollie. It's interesting. Ollie has his quips, Dinah sort of retorts back. All in all, this is a good series. Check it out. And then the next one is Green Lanterns number 9. Once again, this series is good, but this one, it was a prologue to the Phantom Ring arc. And what made this interesting was that instead of having Simon Baz or Jessica Cruz in this issue, we were introduced to this guy named Frank. And it looks like this guy used to be part of the Air Force, but he highly admired and looked up to the Green Lanterns, and he really wanted to become one. And I guess down the line, like, he was doing a mission, trying out a new jet, but that didn't go out so well, and put him in a pretty bad tailspin. Like, he was down on his luck, but the thing that made him keep on going was trying to become a Green Lantern. Like, he went into this like obsessive phase of like trying so hard to get a Green Lantern ring and join in the ranks of Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, and the rest of the Earth-based Green Lanterns. And he was willing to like destroy his own body and go through a lot of pain and torture just to obtain a Green Lantern ring. So it made me feel for this Frank guy. And overall, since this story has begun way back when Rebirth just started, the art has improved a lot in this series, and it's pretty good so far. Plus, Volthoom is back. Yes, he is back. Towards the end, we see him come out of the shadows all cloaked and hooded, and he tells Frank that there's a way he can get the power he desires so much, and that is through the Phantom Ring. So, really looking forward to the next issue from Sam Humphries. He really knows what he's doing with this. And then for Marvel, we have Doctor Strange number 13. The Blood in the Aether story, it's starting to continue, and this was it had a pretty strange opening. Like, Stephen had everything he wanted in life. He was the perfect surgeon, getting all the girls and having all that fun, but he starts to realize that it's not perfect. Like, he's starting to realize what's going on, and then lo and behold, he realized one of his classic rogue villains, Nightmare, has him in his clutches. And basically, so far, this has been a pretty good title. It's basically a revenge of the rogues on Doctor Strange, and this is when Stephen Strange is at his weakest after the fight with the Empirical. Like, he's scratching at the bottom to use his magic to fight back. And the most powerful part in this book is when Stephen, he immerses himself in all of the nightmares of the people on the planet to fight back Nightmare. So he puts himself through arachnophobia, the fear of heights, the fear of sharks. Really cool stuff. And also, Chris Bachalo's art, it's inconsistent, but it does hold up. So I'm really enjoying it so far. And then Death of X, number 2. It's still really good. At this point, we've realized the Terrigen Mists, it's bad juju for the mutants. They steer clear of it. And also, we see that Storm meets up with Medusa to try to fix the issue of the Terrigen and try to stop it from killing off the mutants. But Cyclops, he's on a warpath. He's still really, really pissed off about this, and he's not going to let any of this slide. And he broadcasts an entire message to the world, everyone, letting them know what's happening with the Terrigen Mists. And he feels that the humans, they don't care about mutants or humans, and they are doing this for their own self, to increase their population and screw over the mutants. And Cyclops made it pretty clear that he is going to go to action against the Inhumans. And also, towards the end of the issue, we see that some Inhumans and mutants working together to save the people in Madrid who could potentially have the X gene in them. And Storm and Crystal, they help each other out, but at the end, something goes bad, but we don't know who or what interfered. And then we get someone who we haven't seen in a while, Magneto, and Emma Frost has pulled him over to their side. So things are about to escalate really quickly. And also, Aaron Cooder's art, compared to the first issue, it's still good, and it holds up in this issue. And then the last one for this past week is Infamous Iron Man. Victor Von Doom is back, and we have no idea what is going on with this dude. But interesting thing to notice from this issue, the Cabal has reformed. So, shadowy organization back in the MCU with all your classic villains. And in this issue, we see Doctor Doom saving Maria Hill from Diablo, and that was a pretty fun interaction, witnessing that, because he sort of is a little bit snide and snippy towards Diablo and sort of makes him look like a has-been nobody. And then we really don't know what Victor's game plan is, if he's going to be a hero or a villain. And then he meets up with a former lover, and he just opens up saying, yes, I'm trying to change my evil ways. And then we see him go to Stark Industries and has a chat with AI Tony Stark, and he basically admits to the AI Tony Stark, sorry, but I am taking up the Iron Man mantle whether you like it or not. I'm going to try to change a new leaf. And also, Ben Grimm shows up in this issue, so Fantastic Four versus a Fantastic Four villain. You got me excited. Also, little funny snippet, the Alex Maleeva's art, it's It's pretty good in this issue. Also, he doesn't make Namor look like a 40-year-old Slavic man. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. And also, last tidbit. Spoil, this may be a theory, but this is what I think is happening right now. And with Death of X, right now, I have this theory that Cyclops, he may be dead already, because in the first issue he was exposed to the Terrigen mists and he got really affected by it. And based on what I have read from Infamous Iron Man, it looks like Emma Frost is alive and well. So was she pulling the strings the entire time? Who knows? We gotta find out. There's only 2 more issues left of Death of X. And once again, thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and follow me on Twitter at SpenceDogYoy. Comment in the comment section below what you're reading, and if you like this video, and give me a thumbs up. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.